back to PWA Live TV here in Aruba, day 2. The wind still not playing ball. It's cleared up a lot though. There's a few less clouds in the sky, so we might be getting some wind pretty soon. It does look like it's picked up a bit, but before that, got a little interview lined up with Mr. Quincy Offringa, the local big gun. He's obviously, I know this is going to hurt him a lot, but he is known as Sarah-Quita's brother. That's got to hurt Quince a little bit, you know. I mean, you're a good sailor in your own right, dude.
Yes.
I mean, 10th last year in the freestyle tour.
Yes.
I mean, that's good sailing. So,
sure.
you know, obviously Sarah-Quita gets quite a lot of credit. She's obviously world champion. She does the slalom stuff. How does that work over here, back in your hometown of Aruba?
Back here it's now like a Sarah-Quita, and I'm the brother of Sarah-Quita now. Oh, there's Sarah and there's the brother. But it's alright. It's just she made the more image for Aruba, and she's the island now for us. So it's really good.
I mean, how does it work? I mean, are you guys? I mean, you guys famous in Aruba? I mean, you walk down the street, do people like know you? Are you on the TV? I mean, how does it work? Because it's quite a small island, obviously. We've been here for a few days, but big strip, but it's quite a small island.
It's quite a small island, but we have a lot of inhabitants. It's like 120,000 people, so not everybody knows.
Okay, so there's a lot of people.
Yes, we have a lot of people here.
A lot of people.
So it's not that we're really famous or something like that, but sometimes we have some people like, oh, there's Sarah, there's Quincy, and then most of the people that read the newspapers or follow us, they know about us.
Do you get good local coverage here in the newspapers and stuff?
Yes,
they're quite supportive of that?
A lot. Every competition that we do, we are put in the newspaper. They're very joyous about the achievements that we've done, and especially with Sarah about her world titles and everything.
Yeah. I mean, how does it work then? I mean, because the Aruba high winds, I don't know when did you start windsurfing?
I started windsurfing in 2000 or 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
So the Aruba high winds, the PWA, that's finished by then, has it?
Yeah, it was finished in 1999.
Right.
And after that, I've started windsurfing and amateur events, and some of the pros still came here, just like Jimmy Diaz, Tati France, and Tonki France were also doing some freestyle and some slalom. So that was really great.
Yeah.
And that gave us more push to actually be more professional in windsurfing also.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
I mean, because the Aruba High Winds was that was a big competition.
Yes.
It's really good to have it back. Did you have any a say in trying to get that back? Were you pushing to have an event here in Aruba? Has that been a big plan, or did someone else take that job on?
Somebody else took that job on, and that's actually my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was actually trying to push that a bit more also. But I think it's more because Sarah had a few world titles, and then I think the island wanted to give something back or something like that.
Yeah.
To bring the PWA back once more to Aruba and give her a great event here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we haven't had the best wind for Aruba. We've had rain, which I've heard is like pretty much unheard of in Aruba.
Yeah.
So a bit strange weather these first 2 days.
Yeah.
But the rest of the week, have you seen a forecast? I mean, I've asked everyone this question, but you guys are the guys that are going to know.
Yeah. As I told everybody, the weather will be the same to like yesterday, but tomorrow it will be steady winds.
Yeah.
So there will be some heat.
So back to normal, pretty much Aruba style tomorrow, and then. Maybe
the wind's going to push more, so we will have some good action for sure.
Yeah, we should say at this point we've just been joined by Sarah-Quita. She's off been lunching it up. You haven't got a mic, actually. You're going to have to share a mic with her.
I had another interview.
Oh, really? So I'm second choice, Sarah.
I'm on time, I think.
No, you're on time. Don't worry about it. You're all good. I mean, I can ask you both the same question. Obviously, Sarah, you're competing in slalom. Quincy, are you going to do slalom this week?
No, I'm not going to do slalom. I've seen the big guys a few years already. I'm like, no, give me a few more years and then I come in.
I mean, they're pretty big, aren't
they?
I mean,
Yes, they are.
Finian and all the boys out there. But I thought maybe your home spot, I thought maybe you might sort of, because we obviously know Tati does a bit of slalom.
Yeah,
he does
good.
really well.
He's really good. But yeah, it's my home spot. I feel great here, but I still know about myself. I'm not ready for that. So I'm going to wait a few more years.
Yeah, cool, man. Sarah, are you looking forward to the slalom competition?
Yeah, I am actually. I think it's going to be some high wind slalom action because we've had some light wind competitions only, and I'm really excited because the forecast says like 25, 26 knots, so we'll be planning on our 90-liter boards and 6-something sails.
Yeah.
It's going to be good
What have
action.
you got registered for the competition? Because in slalom you have to register, what is it, 3 boards?
42, 4 and 2. No,
42.
that's not, it's 36,
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it's 36.
Yeah. No, because normally I only use like 3 sails, but I registered 86, 79, 71, 64, 57.
Okay.
But yeah, so.
So hopefully we'll get some wind where you can use some of the small stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean it should be really good here in Aruba. It's perfectly set up for
Yeah.
an awesome slalom competition. I think
It
that's where
is.
it's got its name from, Aruba. I know when I was little, always looking at the Aruba high winds and the pictures from here, and I always remember just the pictures of everyone going down the beach.
Yeah,
It was a really
true.
spectacle, a real big spectacle.
Aruba's more famous for slalom actually here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Aruba is famous for slalom. That's sort of where it's got its name from. When did all the hotels pop up? I mean, do you know what years these popped up? Because there is a few more, but they're further down the beach, so it's okay up here where we are.
In the last 12 years they started to pop up more. Yeah, the first hotel right here was like 12 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And then later on, 3, 4 more came on, and there's one building up right now.
Yeah, I mean, so you definitely don't struggle for accommodation out here. I mean, there is definitely a lot of hotels, and they're looking after us. I have to say this week.
Yeah, for
we've
sure.
been eating like kings. I've put on a few pounds.
Yeah, I've seen
so
the breakfast.
I think maybe I'll do the slalom by the end of this week.
For sure.
Yeah. So freestyle. Quince, you didn't go to the other 2 stops, did you? Did you go to? You didn't go to?
No, I didn't go to Austria and Vietnam. I was more busy with school, and that's not so much budget for this year. So I'm just going to select a few events this year.
Okay, so what are you doing? You've done Bonaire?
I've done Bonaire.
How did you get finish in Bonaire? Not your best?
Not good, not my best, not at all. I didn't focus so good. Yeah, I just came from exams. I flew to Bonaire right away, so my head was still spinning around.
Yeah, and there's a real strong, I mean, just in Bonaire, just the local guys, like the
really
kids,
strong.
as you have to call them. They are just kids, like weighing 45, 50, well, maybe 60 kilos, but they're all super lightweight. But they've got some amazing moves. I mean, they've got all the big power moves now, which is watching out today.
With the new gear they have right now, the small gear, they can just do culos and burners like every other else, like Steven and all the other people there. So it's pretty hard if you get one of those kids in your heat and there's light wind, you're like, oh, we have to work for it for sure.
Well, we were saying after now, all the local Bonaire kids have seen all the PWA guys in their home spot, Aruba. You've got a really good a lot of sailors coming from Aruba as well, so they're going to see all the level. Obviously see you guys, but we're seeing everyone. They sort of get a good idea. Next year,
there would be a lot better.
They are going to be charging,
sure.
They're just going to know exactly what they need to do. So it's going to be exciting to see how these guys sort of progress in this next year, and probably good for your sailing here. You get all these guys pushing you. It ups your level as well, because you don't want to be beaten by a little kid that you taught to windsurf.
I have to keep my level up. They have to stay behind me.
I mean, we're actually got our tent rigged up here in the windsurfing centre right on the beach. I see you guys hanging out here. Have you got anything to do with the windsurfing centre here, or just good friends, or you keep your gear here?
Yeah, we keep our gear here like for a few years already.
Yeah, this is basically where we learned how to windsurf, like 10 years ago, I think. And we used to have classes here every Saturday for kids.
Okay.
So we used to take those classes, and after a few years, we were giving those classes.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. This is actually where all the kids usually come and rent equipment, or we just leave our equipment in the trailers and stuff. We don't have to take our equipment back home. We just leave it here.
I was going to ask that. Is that where? Because you don't live around. Do you live further in the?
Yeah, like a 10-minute drive or something. It's not that far. But yeah. So our equipment is here. We're usually even too lazy to take off the boom. That's all we have to do, and we don't even want to do that. But
it's funny, isn't it? That, I mean, it's so simple, but you're like, oh, my boom's not on my
exactly.
Sail. Oh, I can't be arsed.
Yeah. And we're actually, it only takes
right on the beach. I mean, we are like feet from the beach.
It takes 5 minutes to get on the water, and yeah, it's perfect here. And yeah, sometimes we go moonlight sailing here. We bake pancakes here at night, and we just have a good time.
Okay, so the guys from the centre are really cool. They help all the kids, because I've noticed all the guys bringing out kit from behind me.
Yeah.
So all the local kids. So local kids, how's the talent looking? Is it looking good? Have you taught these guys? I mean.
Well, I've taught some girls to windsurf, but I think a lot of these kids also looked up to us a lot, and that's why they're also progressing. Quincy has also taught quite a lot of kids to windsurf, but they come and go. They start windsurfing and then they leave. But there's a few kids that they always come. So
the die-hard ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always the same. I think even in England or wherever, you get some kids, and maybe they're, I don't know. I think the ones that usually have to work a little bit harder are the ones that stay in the sport. The ones that are giving everything on the plate, they sort of drift off. But I think the ones that have to do a little bit of work, maybe bike to the beach or something, then maybe then it shows a little bit more initiative.
But it's really awesome to see them progress like this, and I'm really happy to hear how excited they are about windsurfing, and especially now having the competition here.
Yeah.
It really boosts their motivation, seeing like Albo walking in front of them,
Yeah.
or Kiri or Goyito.
I mean, these are big names, you know, these are all the big guys.
Definitely.
I imagine a couple of young kids would probably do slalom in later years. I mean, they're a little bit lightweight at the moment. I was saying earlier, they're probably as much as one of Finian Maynard's legs or
Oh
something
my
like that.
goodness, yeah.
You know, you put four of them together and make an elbow.
Yeah.
So they've still got a bit of growing, but I think there'll probably be some good slalom players.
We have we have quite some talent in the slalom, also in the freestyle, but definitely, yeah.
Do you do any local racing? I mean, you said you're not doing the PWA, Quincy, but do you do any local racing? Just fun racing? Do they do competitions every month, or is there anything like that organised?
At the moment, we and Sarah and I don't do some local races anymore because we live abroad right now, just for some studies and so. Once in a while we come back here, and then we just judge the kids itself.
Okay.
And when they have national races, especially with the freestyle, we help out here.
Yeah.
So we judge who are the top people or the top kids in the freestyle here right now. And they have local races every month. Slalom, freestyle, so they are really training.
So I was going to say, that's a massive thing here. Because I mean, it's a perfect venue. You can sit right on the beach, sail straight off. I mean, a little bit gusty on the inside, but about, I don't know, 50 meters, 100 meters out, it's perfect wind, you know. It's
perfect, yeah. It's really not gusty, but a strong gust.
Yeah.
You just go really good, long sails with everything.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, we're looking forward to the competition fully kicking off. Obviously, we've had 2 days so far. Not quite happened as we'd like it, but the forecast, as we keep saying, it is looking good. So anyone out there watching the live stream, stay tuned because we will get action. I think we might get a little bit tonight, but I'm not sure. We might have left it a bit late, but definitely tomorrow. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
calling
have
it for
a few
sure.
drinks tonight, and that will guarantee we get lots of wind tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thanks, guys, for coming over and having a chat.
No problem.
Stay tuned to watch these guys in action, and hopefully they can come home with some good positions, bring back the prize money or something. So stay tuned, PWA Live TV.
See you guys.